Hello friends, my name is Ramasud. Today we shall discuss about topic that what is sprint planning meeting. Friend, today's topic is very interesting, especially if you have interest in project management and sprint and Scrum and Agile and you want to learn about it. So let's start, friend. First of all, I will request to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell option as well so that my videos can reach to you, and also you can follow me on the Facebook page as well. So friend, today's topic is sprint planning meeting. So there are three words: sprint planning meeting. So that is basically we are talking about a ceremony of Scrum framework in which basically the Scrum teams comes together to plan the work that will be undertaken in the upcoming sprint. Here friend, notice one thing, that a sprint is a 3 to 4 weeks time period in which we have to complete the task. And then the next is the word planning. So that means we are planning for the upcoming work which we are going to do, and meeting means that it is a meeting in which all the major stakeholders like product owner, Scrum team, and the basically the Scrum master, basically they sit together and they do the planning for the sprint which is going to be which is going to occur in the next 3 to 4 weeks. Basically friend, it is a time box meeting. That means it is maximum 2 to 8 hours, maximum not more than 8 hours meeting. So that means maximum 1 day, not necessary a 1 day, maximum a 1 day meeting should be occur in a month for the sprint. Here basically there are few key objectives of the sprint planning meeting. First one is the objective setting. In the objective setting meeting, basically friend, the product owner is basically the person who has a complete knowledge about the requirements of the product which is going to be developed. So in this meeting, the product owner basically define the product backlog that are of the highest priority. The product owner outline the business value and rationale behind the sprint goal. So basically the product owner define the objective setting through the product backlog. Here remember one thing, product backlog is basically the set of requirements which are going to be developed for a product. Next is the review the product backlog. In the product backlog, basically friend, product owner presents the topmost items which are the most highly highly important topics and highest priority, and the user stories or backlog items are defined. User stories are again the functional requirements of the user. Like for example, you want that the customer can do the payment through the credit card in the e-commerce solution. So this is the user story. Again, the backlog items which needs to be developed for the sprint. So in this meeting friend, the product owner defines the product backlog, the requirements which needs to be developed. Then clarification and questions there, like that means the development team like programmers, software developers, testers, they ask their questions about the requirements which needs to be developed for the product, so that they can have the clear understanding that what is the flow, how we will what is the basically requirements. So all these requirements needs to be clarified by the product owner. Normally we use a whiteboard on which basically the product owner basically defines the requirements, product backlog, and the Scrum teams are sitting in front of the product owner. They are asking their questions. Then next is the estimation. Estimation means that the Scrum team like programmers, software developers, etc. So basically based on different techniques like story points, and story points means that this is the estimation technique which represents the relative complexity of task. Basically simple words, story point is a technique to estimate the task. Okay. Now normally in the traditional way we use the Mendes effort, and in the Scrum basically we use the story points for estimation of a task. So in this way the Scrum team, they are sitting together and they estimate the task, that how much time is required, what is the complexity, and what is the how much time is estimation to complete that particular task which basically product owner is defining here. Then capacity planning, development team again assess its capacity, like which people are going on holidays, how many people team members are available, and what are their commitments, etc. So based on that they do the capacity planning. Then commitment and forecast. So based on the team capacity, basically the selected items are estimated and team commits for the tasks which are they are going to complete in the sprint. So this is known as the sprint forecast. For example, let me give an example here. For example, in the product backlog there are 40 tasks which needs to be developed, for example, and the sprint is of 3 to 4 weeks time period. So they will say, the team will say that they will complete 10 tasks from the product backlog in the upcoming sprint. So this is called as sprint forecast. Then they will create the sprint backlog. That means the selected items from the product backlog are basically called as a sprint backlog, and a sprint backlog is the list of tasks that the team plans to complete in the sprint. Again, same concept here, like from the 40 tasks we have taken the 10 tasks, and we have created a sprint backlog from the product backlog. Product backlog is the complete set of requirements for the product. The sprint backlog is the set of tasks which we have taken from the subset of the tasks which we have taken from the product backlog. Okay, this is called a sprint backlog. Then definition of done is basically clearly defined. That means what is the criteria, what is the understanding of that, means that this task has been completed. So this is very important, that on what basis the task will be considered as close. Okay, so the criteria of done should be defined clearly. Then exit criteria means the team discusses the criteria that must be met for the sprint to be considered successful. So what are the objective, what is the criteria, based on that we can say that this sprint has been completed successfully. Here friend, notice one thing, that the Scrum team, the development team, especially the development team like software developers, testers, programmers, deployment team, etc. So they have they have to understand that how much work they can take it on a sprint. Okay, like a sprint backlog. Here the Scrum Master is not basically the boss of the team. He is basically the facilitator in the meeting and ensure that it says focus on the time box and help resolve any impediments that may arise. Sprint planning meeting sets the stage for a productive and focused sprint, providing the team with a clear goal and a well-defined set of tasks to work on it. Here the Scrum development team is completely independent, and they are self-organized, and they basically take the decisions by their own self. They are collaboratively working, and there is no concept of a boss in the sprint planning meeting. Scrum Master is a facilitator, product owner is a person who is basically defining the requirements, and he is basically a bridge between the customer and the Scrum team. So this is a very very important topic, sprint planning meeting in the Scrum framework. So friend, thanks a lot for watching the video. I hope you like this video. If you like it, please share it with the friends and colleagues, and thanks a lot for watching the video.